know we can divide the journey of a river in 3 different stages. The first stage where a river originates is called the upper course of a river. A river generally originates in the mountains and then it flows down the plains. The second stage of a river is known as the middle course of a river. Here, a river grows in size and it becomes more powerful. The last stage where the journey of a river ends, where it meets with a sea or an ocean, is the lower course of a river. So, these are the 3 different stages of a river, and we have read about these 3 different stages in our last video. We also read that a river performs several actions when it flows through these different stages. As a result, different landforms or features are formed in each stage. So today in this video, we will read about the type of landform or feature that is formed by a river in different stages. Initially, we will start our journey from the upper course of a river. So let us go back to the mountains where a river originates. So now we are in the upper course of a river. And what do we find? Here we find a gorge. Now what is a gorge? See, when a river flows through a region of very hard and resistant rocks, then a steep walled valley called a gorge is formed. So these steep walled valley that is formed in a region of very hard and resistant rock is called a gorge. Now if a gorge is very deep, then it is called a canyon. So canyon is a deeper version of a gorge. Grand Canyon in United States of America is an example of a canyon that is carved out by River Colorado. See, here we have the picture of Grand Canyon. See, in this picture, we can see that just as a gorge, a canyon also has steep walls. And this feature has been formed by River Colorado. Now, this canyon is 320 meter long and 1,500 meter deep. So, from this figure, we can understand that the vertical depth of this canyon is quite high, or this canyon is quite deep. Now, if you remember, I have mentioned in my previous video that in the upper course of a river, vertical erosion is very common. That is, the river erodes the land surface vertically or longitudinally more than it erodes the land surface sidewise. And so, due to this reason, canyons or gorges are quite deep. So, canyon or gorge is the first kind of landform that we find in mountains or in the upper course of a river. Now, let's learn about other features found in this course. Now, if a river flows through a region of soft rocks, that is not so hard and resistant rocks, then it erodes the surface of the rocks more and forms V-shaped depressions or valleys. So, this V-shaped depressions formed by a river is called V-shaped valley. And this is another kind of feature that is found in the upper course of a river. Now, we also know that mountains are very tall and has steep sides. Now, when a river or any other water body flows over these mountains and slides down almost vertically, then waterfalls are formed. And just as you can see in the picture, plunge pools are found at the base of a waterfall. So, this is a plunge pool that has been formed at the base of a waterfall. So, these are the 3 different types of features that are found in the upper course of a river. The first one is the gorge. A gorge is a steep walled valley found in the upper course of a river, and it is formed when the rock in this region is very hard and resistant. The second type of feature is V-shaped valley. V-shaped valleys are formed in a region of soft rocks, and since these rocks are very soft, therefore the rocks can erode the surface or the sides of these rocks more, and thus a V-shaped valley is formed. And the last feature is a waterfall. A waterfall is formed when a river falls down almost vertically from a top of a mountain. So these are the landforms that are formed in the upper course of a river. Now let's say goodbye to mountains and let's sail down into the middle course of a river. So now we are in the middle course of a river. We know in the middle course of a river, the size and the load carrying capacity of a river rises. And then due to rainfall, the volume increases further, so a river overflows its bank, causing a flood. Now when a river overflows its bank, it deposits its loads and sediment on both the sides of its bank, thereby creating a floodplain. So floodplain is the first type of feature or landform that is found in the middle course of a river. Let's see what are other kinds of landforms that are found in this course. Have you ever wondered how a snake moves without any legs? It follows a zigzag motion. That is, it slithers or crawls on the ground or moves sideways. This motion of snake is very unique. A river also follows a similar motion when it flows on soft fertile plains. We know lateral erosion is very common in the middle course of a river. That is, a river erodes both the sides of its banks. A river generally erodes the outer bend and deposits the eroded sediments in the inner bend, thereby forming a zigzag pattern called a meander. Now, a meander becomes more pronounced when a river takes a sharp bend. Now, a river gets cut off from the neck of the loop, thereby forming an oxbow lake. See, here we have a picture of an oxbow lake. Now, an oxbow lake is an abundant, isolated, U-shaped lake that gets cut off from the main stream of the river. See, here the main stream of the river flows and this lake has been cut off from the river. Now, this feature formed by a river is called an oxbow lake. Why so? Because it looks like an oxbow. This part of an oxbow matches with this shape of the lake. So, this lake is called an oxbow lake. Now an oxbow is used to attach the necks of plowing animals like an ox. So an oxbow lake is another type of feature that is found in the middle course of a river. Now before we proceed with our lesson, can you help me to answer this? A U-shaped lake which gets cut off from the main river is called an meander, stream, waterfall, or oxbow lake. Yes, the correct answer is oxbow lake, because we just read that an oxbow lake is a U-shaped lake that is formed when a river gets cut off from its main stream. So these are the different features that are found in the middle course of a river. The first one is floodplain. Floodplains are formed when a river overflows both its banks and deposits the sediments there, thereby forming a floodplain. The next one is meander. Meander is the zigzag pattern formed due to erosional and depositional work of a river. Now, when a meander gets more pronounced or a river takes a sharp bend, then a U-shaped isolated lake is formed, which is called an oxbow lake. So these are the different features that we find in the middle course of a river. So now let us explore the lower course of a river. Now we are in the lower course of a river where a river becomes old and less powerful. As a result, its speed decreases and it flows through several channels called distributaries. Now a river deposits the eroded sediments in between these distributaries, thereby forming a triangular shaped alluvial plain called delta. So a delta is a triangular plain formed due to deposition of silt and alluvium. See, here we have a picture of a delta, and we can see that it's a triangular shaped alluvial plain. Now this feature formed by a river looks like a Greek letter delta. So this triangular shaped alluvial plain formed due to deposition of silt and alluvium brought by rivers is called a delta. Now we know that in the lower course of a river, its journey ends when a river meets with a larger water body, say a sea or an ocean. And this funnel shaped opening at the mouth of a river is called an estuary. So an estuary is a funnel shaped opening that is found at the mouth of a river, that is the place where a river connects with a sea or an ocean. So these are the different features that are found in the lower course of a river. And these features are mainly formed due to depositional work of a river. The triangular shaped plain formed due to deposition of silt and alluvium is called a delta. Another feature is an estuary. An estuary is a funnel shaped opening found at the mouth of a river. So these are the different features or landforms found at the last stage or in the lower course of a river. So in today's video, we read about different landforms found in each stage of a river. Initially, we started our lesson with the upper course of a river. So in the upper course, we read that gorge, V-shaped valley, waterfalls are found. Secondly, in the middle course, we find that floodplains, meanders and oxbow lake are formed by a river. And finally, in the lower course, deltas and estuaries are formed. So this is the entire journey of a river and the landforms or features produced by a river in each stage. Now just like a river, a wind also erode the land surface. So in our next video, we will read about the work of a wind. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon. You can also register for free at DeltaStep.com or download the DeltaStep app to learn one-to-one with our amazing teachers or to get access to our 5,000 amazing videos as per your school syllabus. Master each topic with our adaptive practice technology. Get million-plus questions with step-by-step solutions and unlimited mock tests. Get all your doubt resolved instantly. Learn via games and win amazing prizes like PlayStations and iPads. So at DeltaStep, learning is not just fun and easy, but it's rewarding too. So register for free now.